On the show tonight, food from Josh Holmes, Motorcycle MaKeover, and music from Xander.
Well, a very good evening to each and every one of you joining me, Miss Belinda Scandal and the lovely Dale Wingbottom. How are you?
I'm alright. How you doing, Chuckle?
I'm alright. Have you had a good week?
Oh, aye, it's been good. I'm glad to be back.
It's nice to have you back. We had such success from you last week that we thought we had to have you back.
Yeah, it was brilliant. I loved it.
It was good fun.
Yeah.
It was good fun. You've brought another one of your friends today.
Oh, yeah. William's going to be on later. He's going to promote his brand of goat's milk, probably. So I do pre-warn you.
I hope he's not filthy.
Oh, not much.
I really do.
Last year.
I'm just going to avoid the noise from the actors group down the road there, everybody, because they're being very rude. So it's fine, it's not a problem. Now we have got a marvellous show lined up for you today, everybody, and this is what's on the show. So yes, indeed, we've got cooking from Josh Holmes coming your way a little bit later on. We're talking literature with Manchester City literature, and we're also talking motorcycles, which is our first guest. Now, have you ever been on a motorcycle?
I have.
You both legs either side?
Either side, yeah. Trust me, I've got legs.
I was normally put in a sidecar, everybody. I don't know why. It was either the sidecar or the boot of a car that I was normally put in.
Oh.
But one man is striving to improve the look of motorcycles, and he's joining us today. Lord Roger, how are you, Flower? But you're looking marvellous. You are there, of course. I should explain that your other half is the lovely lady that does glam sticks, isn't it? There she is, Lady Sharon. How are you, love?
I'm so good. How are you?
Looking forward to having you on the show next week, my darling.
Oh, yeah.
Indeed. In the meantime, vroom vroom, where does your passion for motorcycles come from?
I've ridden motorcycles since I was 16. I've always been in love with motorbikes. They're in my blood now. When I had my accident, I had a couple of years off, but I soon got back on. And I've been riding ever since.
It's amazing. Now, so what are you've got Motorcycle MaKeover. Tell us what that is.
It's a motorcycle repair and respray business. So we only do motorcycles, but we'll repair any damage to any part of the motorcycle and then respray it the original colour, or if the customer wants special custom design, then we'll do that.
That's brilliant. And you've been doing this since April of this year, so it's still quite new, isn't it?
It is quite new, yeah. I've done work for glam sticks before, and that's what got me back into it. It's always something I wanted to do, so that's what got me into it, self-taught. And then back end of last year, I went on a course and did a course to become a painting specialist. That was.
Oh, go on. Sorry, we had a slight technical issue there. I think it was over here. It's gone. You were saying, so you did a course in spray painting?
Yeah, I did a course in spray painting. It was a week-long course, and it was quite expensive. So I didn't know what to do. So I approached my regional representative for Belinda, which is the British Government Experience Association, and talked it over with him, and he got the financing.
We've got issues, man. Oh, there you are.
Have you gone? Have you left me? They have big issues.
Join us for the Prevent Breast Cancer virtual Christmas celebration.
That's right, it's on the 11th of December, 7 p.m. Now, what can they expect?
It's going to be festive and it's going to be fabulous. It's hosted by me and the lovely Belinda Scandal. We're going to have a host of things to entertain you, from musicians that are super talented. We've got choirs. And a few faces these guys might recognise.
So that is the 11th of December, 7 p.m. Tickets?
Well, you just have to go to the Prevent Breast Cancer website and it's all there for you. Tickets are free, but any donations are really, really welcome. And it doesn't matter if you're young or you're old, just come and join us.
Indeed, 7 p.m, 11th of December. Be there or be...
Father Christmas?
Okay. Yes, we are having a few technical hitches today. Well, let's bring Lord Roger back in. Sorry, Lord Roger, about that. I don't know what's going on. It must be the weather. It must be the weather. So go on, tell us, this spray painting course that inspired you. I was saying that throughout lockdown, you've obviously started doing something that you had a passion for anyway, but you've now turned it into this business, haven't you?
That's right, yes. As I say, I've always wanted to be a spray painter, and it was Sharon with her Motorcycle business that got me motivated into it. Painting for her, I find it very therapeutic for me, with me suffering from PTSD and severe depression. I find it's quite therapeutic and relaxing.
And what would you say you do enjoy that gives you the therapeuticness from that situation?
I enjoy life a lot better. I'm not always angry and down, so I get quite a lot from it. I'm trying new things all the time. I'm doing all sorts of work, and I'm moving on to an ice painting next, which is it's like an ice effect. I don't know whether you got the picture that Sharon sent me.
No. So go on, describe that to us then.
Right, it's a painting technique that when you put it on and you leave it to dry, it comes back like an ice crystal. So if you can imagine a sheet of ice all cracked and crystally, then that's what your paint will look like. And then we just cover it with a candy colour of your face.
And specifically for motorcycles, why was it that you decided to concentrate so much on just motorcycles?
Because I ride motorcycles and I'm in that world.
Do you have a motorcycle yourself?
Yeah, we have a trike.
A trike?
Yeah.
Ooh, crikey. That's three wheels, Dale. Three wheels.
Three.
Three. Can you do the number? No.
Three. Yeah, okay.
So, I like it. Now, if people wanted to get their motorcycle made over by you, how would they go about doing that?
Well, they can give me a ring on my number, or they can email or look on my website, motorcyclemakeover.co.uk, or give me a ring on the website number, or drop me a line from there.
I could see it. All these motorcycles looking like ice and glass.
It'd be like, have you ever seen American Chopper?
Yes.
It'd be like that, I imagine.
It would be like that, Dale. It really, really would. It'd be good, wouldn't it? They'd all be zooming along, and at night they'd have all the lights on, and it'd be gorgeous. I think people should get fully involved in that. Is it an expensive service that you offer, or is it quite a reasonably priced service?
It just depends on what the customer wants, really, whether it's minor damage or whether it's just a piece of panel that wants repairing and spraying back to the original colour, or whether they want the special colours and textures like the ice or marbling or flake painting. It just depends what the customer wants and how far they want to take it. You can just have spray and clear coat, but you can take it further and further and bring it out to like show spec. So it just depends on the customer, really, how much they want to spend.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for your time today, Lord Roger. Lord Roger, everybody. Hey, absolutely amazing. We've got some good news ourselves, though, Dale.
Oh, yeah.
You know, today is actually the 60th anniversary of that street, Coronation Street.
Oh, I did, yeah. It's exciting
Well, we
stuff.
are so privileged because we have got some fabulous patrons. And most of them, 3 of them, come from that lovely cobbled street. Let's have a look at that little VT, all about the wonderful street known as the Corrie Street.
Hello there, me and Dolly Parton just sat off.
Hello there, just out walking my dogs.
And I just want to say how thrilled I am because there's a show called Your Manchester and it's hosted by the wonderful Belinda and Michelle, and I've been involved with it a few times over the years, and it talks all things Manchester, current affairs. It is a brilliant show.
It's all about the wonderful, the genuine, the beautiful, the talented people of Greater Manchester.
And a show that has become very much part of the fabric of Manchester, made for you. It's dealt with some really important issues over the years.
From thought-provoking to heartbreaking, from bizarre to hilarious. I've had the pleasure and the privilege to be invited as a guest many times, and I love and support Manchester's #1 online magazine show.
And it talks all things Manchester, current affairs. It's brilliant. I've been involved in it over the years a few times, and I love it. I love being on the show.
And I'm very pleased to announce that I have been asked to become a patron for Your Manchester.
And they've asked me to be a patron, and I am absolutely thrilled and delighted.
I'm really excited and honoured to announce that I've been asked to be a patron of Your Manchester. And obviously, as I suffer from FOMO, without any hesitation, I accepted.
There we go, everybody. So, we have, of course, got our patrons on the... This is going so well. If it's not one thing, it's the other, isn't it?
I'm a
Hello,
jinx,
Dale!
Santa.
Are you alright over there?
I'm alright. I'm a jinx, apparently.
It's you, you're jinxing us. You're jinxing us. We never have these problems. So isn't that marvellous that we've got them patrons?
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, so
Such big names.
The what?
Big names.
Big names, like syllables and everything.
Yeah.
So we've got them on as well. Now listen, it's Christmas, everybody. We're going to be bringing our next guest in just a few minutes' time from the Manchester City Literature. In the meantime, everybody, look at me talking about literature and I can't even read. Let's focus on Christmas and how to make mince pies with our Josh Holmes, everybody.
Oh.
Today I'm going to be taking you through the recipe to make my special mince pies with a little bit of a twist. We're going to be putting cherries in them. So first of all, I've got 350 grams of plain flour. I've got the mincemeat here. You can make your own mincemeat, but just for ease, and today I've just bought it shop bought. So I've just got a full jar, and I've just probably put half of the jar into there, and that's probably all that we'll need. I've got the cherries here, just glacier cherries. I've just chopped them in half, and you just need a handful. That's just going to go into the mincemeat a little bit later on. Then I've got 150 grams of unsalted butter, the yolk of 2 eggs, which I've just whisked together there. An orange, I've zested the orange. We're going to use the juice of the orange as well a little bit later on, and I've just popped the zest in there. The zest of a full orange we'll need, and then just ice and sugar last of all, just to finish the mince pies off at the end. Okay, so first of all, we're going to make the pastry. So you'll need to get your flour, your butter, the orange zest, and also a little bit of water as well, which we're going to use to bind the pastry together. So first of all, I've measured out 150 grams of the butter, and I've just cut it into little cubes there, so it's going to make it easier when we're making the pastry. So we're just going to pop that in. I'm also going to put a little bit of the orange zest in as well. That's just going to give it a little festive kick. So just sprinkle a little bit of that in. And then all I'm going to do now is just with my fingertips, not the palms of my hands, just fingertips, I'm going to pinch it together. Okay, so now we're at this point with the pastry. It all looks like breadcrumbs in there, and all the butter has been mixed in with the flour. We're then just going to get the yolks of 2 eggs, pop that in there. And then also about 2 to 3 tablespoons of water, just to help it bind together. And then you can use a spatula or your hands just to mix everything in there. And this is going to bind all of the pastry together. You might find that you need to add a little bit more water in. Okay, so now we're at this stage. We've got the pastry. All I've done here is I've taken it out of the bowl. I put some flour down on the surface. I've also put a little bit of flour on the pastry itself, and then just a bit on the rolling pin. And all we're going to do now is roll it out, and it wants to be about the thickness of a £1 coin. Okay, so once you've got to this stage, we're just going to get the cutter. Now I've just got round circle ones, which is all we're going to use for the base. And then putting them in the tray. So I've got the mincemeat. I've just used half a jar. If we need more, I think we'll have enough for 8, but you can always just put more in. Again, this is just shop bought. You can make your own, but I think this is just as nice, to be honest. So what I'm going to do is a little festive twist. I've got the cherries, so I've just cut those in half. I'm just going to pop those in there. The remaining orange zest from the pastry earlier on, I'm just going to put in here as well. This would also be a good time, around the time that you're doing this, just to preheat the oven as well to 220 degrees, and that's going to be nice and ready. Okay, so now we're at this stage. We've got the mincemeat, we've got the bottom of the mince pie in the baking tin. All we're going to do is just get a spoonful and just pop it into the pastry. Okay, so now we're at the next stage. So all I've done is the pastry from earlier. I've just rolled it back up into a ball again, and we're just going to roll it out the same thickness, and then we can do the top. So again, we're just going to pop the cutter on the pastry, give it a bit of a wiggle, and then you've got the top there. Going over to the mince pies, all I'm going to do for the minute is just place it on top, and again with your 2 fingers, just push down all the way along the side. So now we've already preheated the oven to 220 degrees, so we're just going to pop them in for about 20 to 25 minutes until they're golden. And here we have it. So we've got 8 mince pies with an added festive extra of orange and cherries. And that's it, my homemade mince pies. I'll see you next week for more festive treats.
They were lovely, weren't they?
Weren't they nice? So it's Christmas. We've got our special Christmas show next week, everybody. So be fully tuning into that. In the meantime, do you know one thing that I don't think there's enough of these days?
What?
Reading.
There's not, is there?
No, even
Nobody
I've ditched my
reads.
autocue. And you've got very lovely eyes, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
If this was any other night, you know, you and I would be a bit, stop it now, you're getting me all excited.
You mustn't get any closer. The audience will think we're going to kiss.
I think we know which one was spreading the legs though, don't we? Now listen, so we have got our next guest on, because we are talking about the Manchester City literature, everybody, Manchester City literature, and this is getting a bit of a re-oomph about it. So to talk about that, please welcome the lovely Jo Flynn. And hello, Jo Flynn, how are you?
I'm very well, thanks.
Well, you're better lit than me, I think, over there. You look gorgeous. Which room are you in at the moment?
It's deceptive because it's the tiniest room in the house. I can barely turn around in here, but it is because it's full of books.
Full of books. You like your reading then, don't you?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah? So tell us, what is this Manchester City literature? Tell us what it is, first of all.
So, Manchester City of Literature is a designation that we got from UNESCO. Lots of people don't realise, but Manchester was designated a City of Literature by UNESCO in 2017.
Oh.
So, basically, that global network, there's actually 39 cities of literature in total, all the way around the world. So, like from Melbourne in Australia, we've got Dunedin in New Zealand, Baghdad, Slamani, Reykjavik, all sorts.
And Manchester.
And Manchester, we're on the map.
Well, of course, and why not? Because there is so much heritage of literature within Manchester, isn't there?
Yeah, we've got the long heritage, but also it's quite an exciting year for literature, or it would have been pre-COVID. We've got the opening of the very first poetry library in the Northwest.
Where's that going to be?
It's on Oxford Road, so it's going to be part of MNU. If you walk down Oxford Road, you'll see a great big new orange building just by All Saints Park, opposite Arches.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's near us.
Is it?
It's literally around the corner from us.
Oh, fantastic.
I'll go and have a read.
I'll have a pop round later.
I'll go and I love poems. Do you have a favourite poem at all?
Oh my goodness, that's a question. I think it's got to be one of our Manchester poets, hasn't it? I think it's got to be something by Caroline Duffy, maybe. The World's Wife?
Yes, absolutely. Do you know that one?
No.
No. Okay.
I'm very uncultured. I'm very sorry.
It's from Lee. It's not quite Manchester. It's not quite Wigan. It's somewhere in between. So they never know where they are, do you?
No, not really.
Don't get upset though. You're beginning to look a bit blue. Now, you're having a bit of an update, aren't you? Tell us about the update that you're having.
We are. So a bit of context. The City of Literature team was only working together for 3 weeks before we went into lockdown. And since then, we've been basically working on this huge new website project that we've just launched. And it's full of events, whether you consider yourself cultured, as you say, whether you like reading, whether you like poetry, but also literature in a much broader sense. We're here to champion diversity and making sure that all aspects of the community are represented. It's really, really important to us. So the website brings in all sorts of different things. You can go on and find all the events that are going on, ways that you can support local publishers, or maybe a community event that's going on in your local library. You could find book recommendations. You could find ways to support. If English isn't your first language, you can, find support with that. You can all sorts of things going on. So there's the events section. Also, if you're hosting your own event that you think might be of interest to the City of Literature audience, you can go on there and submit your own event onto the website. But also, if you don't know that Manchester is a City of Literature and are more interested in hearing about it, you can go on there and read about the UNESCO designation, what it means. There's loads of opportunities if you're a writer, or if you work on, like you do, Belinda, if you work on stages anywhere. It's very much open to the widest sense of literature.
It seems like this is the ideal time to reintroduce new things for literature, doesn't it? Why is it so important to redo this now?
I think literature is one of those things that it's always been there. We've got, especially in Manchester, we've got manuscripts from the 15th century, these beautiful, really old things that we treasure and that we should treasure, that are linked to our heritage. But also, literature is all about reinvention. So we've got groups like, you might have heard of the spoken word collective Young Identity, who are really bringing serious energy to the spoken word scene. And that's not just in Manchester, that's all around the country. And I think this energy, this interest in poetry that's having such a resurgence at the moment it's important we hang on to that and we cherish it, because we've been telling each other stories since we were kids, all of us, whether it's whether you can read or whether you can't, we still communicate with each other with language. And I think making sure that we honour that in whatever sense that comes in is, that's important.
And I think it's important these days that people know what a book is. It's all right having an iPad. We've got 24 public libraries in Manchester. Are people going to them as much as what they should do?
Yeah, so our libraries are amazing. It's funny you asked that. In the last few days, it's just been announced that Manchester Central Library is officially, for the second year running, the busiest public library in the UK. So Manchester loves its libraries. They've recorded more than 2 million visits. And in lockdown in particular, since lockdown, the increase in ebook borrowing has increased by, I know it was 43% in April. I'm not sure what it is right now, but it's, people are interested.
It's wonderful. I like it. Do you do much reading, Dale?
From time to time. I like Shakespeare.
Do you have a favourite one?
Oh, I quite like As You Like It.
My favourite's Twelfth Night.
Oh yeah, it's lovely that. The 12th night is on my birthday.
Is it?
Yeah, because it's based over the 12 nights of Christmas.
Wow.
True that.
That's very clever, that, isn't it? Very clever. People need to get involved in this, don't they? How are you getting the word out to people that they need to be remembering, first of all, Manchester's heritage of literature, and also the new buzz that your lovely place is encircling around it?
So we've got, like I say, we've got the new website, but I guess to launch that, I would highly recommend people go and watch the video that we've just launched alongside the website. You can find it after you finish this broadcast. You could go to our YouTube channel and find it on there. It's got some of the leading figures in literature from Manchester talking much more eloquently than I could about the work that they do and why it's so important. But yeah, I'd highly recommend following us on social media as well, especially if it is, if you're looking for opportunities, if you are a writer, or you're interested in any aspect of writing or publishing or poetry or any of that. Definitely subscribe to us on social media and our newsletter, and head to the website. So it's manchestercityofliterature.com.
Excellent. You see? Literature. Get involved.
It's a way forward.
It is
the future.
It is the future. Well done. Yes. Thank you very much, Joe Flynn. Thank you. Right then. Well, just before we had a bit of food, we had mince pies. We got a comment saying, "Where was the brandy?" Where was the brandy? Well, that's because we decided to leave that to our lovely Charlie Houston-Sykes. Now, she's here today talking about gifts in connection to drink. So it's time for a little bit of booze and bites.
Hello my loves, it's Charlie Houston-Sykes with this week's Booze and Bites. This week we're talking Christmas and we're talking gifts. And particularly for those who, you know what kind of spirit they like, you just don't know what to buy them. And I have got some amazing tips for you. So first off, rather than hit the supermarket and buy a bottle of generic gin or generic rum and gift it and still not quite know whether you're getting the right thing, head to either Tipples online or in person, or to Atlas Bar online for gin, and they can do tasting kits. Now they have some where it's a range of, say, spiced rums, some they can do by theme, and you can even ask, particularly with Atlas, you can ask them to do something bespoke. So if you kind of know the flavour profile that somebody likes, they can recommend some to put together into a kit for you, and in both cases you can get it sent direct to the recipient, so you don't even have to wrap it. Ah, bliss. The second options I have for you, one is from Engravers of London. They do some absolutely beautiful engraving. In particular, I'm slightly fond of their hip flask. So this is one that comes in at about £27, so really not super expensive, and for free you can get up to 4 lines with up to 20 characters on each line done. Again, you can get it sent direct to the recipient, comes beautifully packaged with a little card inside as well. No effort presents. I love this. Third up, we have one of my absolute favourite cocktail bars in Manchester, Speaking Code. They've collaborated with both Sipsmith Gin and Woodford Reserve Bourbon, so bourbon lovers, whiskey lovers and gin lovers will love these, to create cocktail kits. The cocktails come ready-made, ready to pour, no effort. They come beautifully packaged like this. I mean, how gorgeous is that? There's a pin badge in there, there's even a bar spoon. Cannot go wrong. Very, very finally, for fizz lovers in your life, the Wine Society have this kit here. Inside this box you will find a bottle of their own Prosecco, which is beautiful on its own, but they have also added 2 nectars. One is rhubarb, one is peach, so you can have Bellinis in the middle of winter. What could be more decadent? Comes in at £22.50, and again, get it delivered straight to the recipient, no effort required. I hope you've enjoyed this week. Next week I'm very, very excited to bring you champagne lifestyle cocktails on a lager and blacks budget. I'll see you then.
Ooh, a lager and black budget with
That was nice, wasn't it?
Who the heck are you?
Oh, I liked it when she was talking about her nectars.
Her nectars.
Oh, aye.
Introduce yourself, please.
You're right, I'm William Gordon Gruff.
Garden Gruff. Here, pull the crack. Oh no, you can't pull the crack.
I've not got the friction. What's so funny about that? What's the other about?
I don't know. Don't take the hoof. Now, listen. How are you doing with everything? Are you coping all right with everything? What you been up to?
Ours is coping all right because I've got my wife's milk to keep me through. Yes, I like goat's milk.
Particularly your wife's?
Particularly my wife's.
And tell me,
it's very good. I love the milk, I does.
What is it you like? What is it you like about her milk?
Milk. It's nice. Oh, I like the milk, I does. It's dead nice.
Are you sure you're drinking milk, not vodka?
Yeah, it's dead nice. It's dead creamy.
What type of milk's this? You ready? Pasteurised.
Pasteurised? It's not goat's milk, is it?
It's not goat's milk. No. I can't believe it's not butter. I tell you, I can't believe it's not butter. Listen,
look at that, I'm over there now.
You're everywhere. We've got 3 cameras on you today.
I know, it's dead fancy, isn't it?
It is fancy.
I'm used to one camera. It's not even a camera, it's an iPhone.
That would have saved on the budget, wasn't it? Now, listen, so we're oh, cracky, where are we? Oh, there we are. I know, I just didn't know where I was at. There we are. So, what have you been doing during lockdown then, William?
Well, I've been trying to sell my wife's milk. What?
And how's that going?
It's going all right.
Yeah.
Rick down the road, he's bought some for his almost luxury ice cream parlour.
Oh, making ice cream.
Yeah, Rick's almost luxury ice cream parlour.
It's amazing.
It's dead nice.
It's amazing that I'm over here. It's amazing that you can start off with milk, and if you work it hard enough, you can end up with cream.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. You get a whisk, you know, and you've got to whisk it hard.
You could just put your hoof in there, couldn't you?
No, you mustn't do that.
No,
that ruins it.
It ruins it. Does it split?
It must be untouched.
It must be.
It must be untouched. The milk.
Yes.
Must be fresh.
Must be fresh.
Oh, I love the milk.
From your wife?
Oh, yeah, it's from my wife. Direct from her udders.
I was going to say, are you a goat or a sheep?
Oh, he's a goat, innit?
Do you know how you can tell the difference?
It's the horns.
It's the tail. Apparently,
is it?
Yeah.
Is it? Oh,
apparently, it's the tail. Let us know, viewers.
It's behind me. Where is it? Where is it?
Whether it's the. Can you not find your tail?
Can't find it.
It's probably still dipping in your wife's milk. Now, listen. It's been a glorious day, and I want us to check out the weather. So I believe he's ready now. We're handing over live to. Are you there? Yeah. We're handing over live now to a place called Shaw. Everybody, Shaw.
Oh, lovely.
Shaw with the weather.
Where's that?
Ho, 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 Merry Christmas, Belinda, Merry Christmas, everyone, and welcome to this week's weather forecast with me, Father Christmas. Now, I've come to Kelly Street, here in Shaw, because I wanted to show you these amazing Christmas lights. And the ladies in question that have put them up are these 2 gorgeous ladies right here. They are Jane and Amanda. Thank you for letting us come down to your house here for your Manchester. Now, how long did it take you to put up these lights?
10 minutes.
10 minutes, is that all?
We've been putting them up since October.
Oh, that's amazing. And I bet your electricity bill is sky high, isn't it?
But Ricky does overtime, so we're sorted.
Oh, well, that's all right. Ricky's all right then. So, will you stay there while I do the weather for everyone?
We will, Paul.
Okie dokie. So, let's have a look at this week's weather. So, on Thursday, it's going to look like rain with the temperatures of 5. Friday is looking like rain with the temperatures of 6. Saturday is looking sunny with the temperatures of 7. And Sunday is looking like rain with the temperatures of 7 as well. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so many thanks to Jane and Amanda for letting us hear tonight. And now it's time to go back to the studio to the brilliant Belinda Scandal for this week's episode of, are you ready, ladies?
We're ready.
Your Manchester.
It was live.
That was live, wasn't it?
It was live and
It was
everything.
definitely live.
Well done, Paul. Absolutely fantastic. That man, honestly, I don't know how he manages to. We're in lockdown, but he's managed to find all these places.
I know, he's proper clever, isn't he?
He is.
Do you reckon you like a glass of goat's milk?
He's probably got a convoy harvester.
Hey, that's my song, that.
Have you? Do you know it?
I sing that, yeah, in my live show.
What are you again? A sheep or?
I'm a goat.
You're a goat.
I'm a goat and I like goat's milk.
You shouldn't be drinking your own milk. Get a
I
sore
don't drink
eye.
my own milk, I drink my wife's milk.
Oh, your wife's goat milk, yes.
Yeah, I can't make milk.
You can't make milk?
No.
Give me 10 minutes. Listen, we have got a marvellous show lined up for you next week. We're welcoming back Caroline Whitehead into the studio for our Christmas festivities. Also, this week on Friday, we are on the channel for Prevent Breast Cancer. It's a full 1.5 hour show. That's going to be going out live as well with myself and Michelle Eagleton. So make sure you check that. Now, it's free to watch it, but we do ask that you give a donation if you possibly could. Speaking of which, we've not had our donate button up yet, have we? There we go. There we go. There we go. If you feel like donating to our lovely channel, then feel free to do so. All the PayPal details are there. It's not essential, to be completely honest. I'll still have my helicopter and it'd be alright. It's not a problem, and my swimming pool is still fine. It's got ice on it at the moment.
Does it need goat's milk?
No, God, no. What type of milk's this? What type of milk's this? Oh.
I don't know, but it's not goat's milk, is it?
Semi-skilled. Now, listen. We're going to play out tonight with a fantastic singer. Now, this singer is doing remarkably well. Honestly, if you've never watched him before, William, he is absolutely amazing. He's got a voice of an angel and a personality of an absolute saint. He's fantastic, he's talented, and this is Xander.
The fire is burning, the room's all aglow. Outside the December wind blows. Away in the distance, the carolers sing in the snow. Everybody's laughing, the whole world's celebrating, and everyone's rejoicing, except for me tonight, because I miss you most at Christmas time, and I can't get you off my mind. Every other season comes along and I'm alright, but then I miss you most at Christmas Christmas time, and I can't get you off my mind. Every other season comes along and I'm alright, but then I miss you most at Christmas time. Oh, in the springtime, those memories start to fade with the April rain. Through the summer days till autumn's leaves are gone, I get by without you till the snow begins to fall, and then I miss you most at Christmas time, and I can't get you, no, get you off my mind. Every other season comes along and I'm alright, but then I miss you most at Christmas
Look at that, eh? It's amazing,
That's right,
isn't it?
good, that.
What a lovely voice, though.
I know, it's
Proper,
lovely,
I
innit?
reckon that's a Manchester talent to watch, everybody.
Do you reckon he wants some goat's milk?
Anyway, so...
I could get him some cheese. That's just the milk that's gone off.
We can all get cheese if we try, Flower. We can. So, what's new with you then, and what are you up to at the moment? Where can we find
much
you?
At the moment, it's not the season for a goat, you know.
You're just goating me on now, aren't you? I can tell. Now,
I'm just kidding you.
Yeah.
Did you get it? Kidding.
Yeah, I got it.
All right, don't milk it.
God, don't
Goat's
milk
milk.
it. I
Goat's
tell you.
milk.
Well, thanks very much, everybody, for watching today's show. It's been absolutely fantastic. Like I say, next week we've got another mint show for you. You'll be in trouble. Ah, look at that. Hey, it's amazing what you can do with the hand.
I don't know what he's on about. Do you?
Somebody down there's got my ideal job. Now, listen, want you all to have a fantastic week, and don't forget stop looking at me, and don't forget next week. I'm not talking to you now. We've got a fantastic show lined up for you. Caroline Whitehead will be here with you, and we're cooking twice next week as well. We've got Josh back. We've got the wonderful Rakaya in studio as well, singing for you.
And bringing goat's milk.
And bringing goat's milk. All this on your favourite magazine show here in Manchester is, of course, Your Manchester.